Hey guys, welcome to your new moon in Virgo yoga class. So funny thing, I went back in my YouTube, it's like I'm pretty sure I've done one of the classes in Virgo before, and actually my very first full moon, new moon yoga class was full moon in Virgo. So that's exciting. I feel like I've come full circle. Now we're at the new moon in Virgo. But yeah, so this is coming up on September 17th. The new moon will be in Virgo because we're in Virgo season. I am a Virgo moon, and two of my closest friends are Virgos, so I love me some Virgos. I'm a Pisces, and Pisces and Virgo are kind of on the opposite ends of the zodiac. And I'm a Pisces sun and Virgo moon, so, you know, do what you will with that. But all right, so there is some kind of debate on which chakra that Virgo rules. I did a little bit of research, and some people say the throat chakra. Some people say the power chakra. There's a lot of debate, but for me personally, I think that Virgo rules the root chakra because Virgo is an earth sign. The root chakra is the earth chakra. It is grounding, and Virgo rules control, stability, safety. Like Virgo wants to be in control. Virgo wants everything to be scheduled, and that is essentially the root chakra. It is that grounding energy. Virgo is a very grounded sign. So we're going to be focusing on the root chakra today, but we're also going to be focusing on a little bit of the power chakra, a lot of twists, because Virgo also rules the digestive tract, the colon, all that good stuff that processes your food, and twists are great for your digestive tract. So the reason why we twist to kind of help with digestion is because if you imagine your torso, all your organs in there, like a rag filled with water, when you squeeze that rag, all the stuff comes out, right? So when we're twisting our bodies, we're kind of squeezing out some stuff. We're getting the digestive tract moving. It can really help with digestion. If I'm having kind of issues, I do a couple twists and it kind of gets stuff moving, if you know what I mean. So we're going to be doing a lot of twists today, a lot of grounding work. But yeah, I'm just looking at my notes here to make sure I said everything. So the thing with Virgos is like, we can't control everything. That's just not how life works. And that's what Virgos want to do. That's what we want to do in Virgo season, but we have to remember that some things can't be controlled. Some things are out of our control. So what I wrote down is, remember that everything in life can't be controlled or scheduled. There's a certain level of chaos that we have to embrace, but let us control what we can control and find clarity on what we can't. So our mantra today is, I release the things I cannot control and ground myself in the things that I can. If we focus so much on the things that we can't control, this is going to cause so much stress. This is going to cause so many issues, anxiety, all that stuff. If we just release the things that we can't control and focus and ground ourselves in the things that we can control, your life will change, I promise. So that is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be grounding ourselves in the things we can control with these grounding poses, and we're going to be releasing the things we can't control with these twists, because twists is a release. Physically, it's a release for our digestive tract, and it'll also come into the emotional mental world. It'll be a mental emotional release as well. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm not going to be cueing any props. If you need blocks, if you need a strap, if you need a bolster, whatever you need, have it ready for you. This is your practice. Do what's best for you. I will say that this flow is going to be a little bit more intense. It's going to be a vinyasa flow style class, because another way to get grounded is through physical movement and exercise and to sweat. That is one of the things that benefits the root chakra, is physical activity, sweat, getting moving. So we are going to be doing that today in class. I will be cueing some vinyasas and flowing from downward dog to lunge. If that is too much for you, I just want you to start standing at the top of your mat and just step back into the lunges like we've done in my previous classes. But I will be cueing through downward dog into the lunges. Again, do what works for you, but your body. Everything I say is an option, not an order, and you know what works best for you. So modify, variations, all that good stuff. I want you to get the most out of this practice. And yeah, just listen to your body. As long as you're listening to your body, I'm happy, you're happy, everybody's happy. So that being said, we're going to get started. We're going to start an easy seated pose. So that's just taking a seat on your mat. Again, sit on a bolster, sit on a block, whatever works best for you. If this is too much on your hips or your knees, you can extend the legs. Listen to your body. That is my number one rule of any class I teach. Listen to your body. Make sure you can feel your sit bones underneath you on the mat. You might need to scooch some of that goodness out from underneath so you can really feel your sit bones. I want you to place your hands on your knees with your palms facing down. And I want you to close your eyes. And imagine somebody is pulling a string from the top of your head, just nice tall spine. Don't arch, don't round, just nice, tall, neutral. And start to bring your awareness to your breath. We're not changing anything about it. We're just noticing it as it goes in and out through our nose. And taking this time to bring ourselves to the present, to our mats, and to get grounded right now in this space in our body, on our mats. So taking that inventory here, just seeing if there's any tension anywhere in the body, in the mind, in the soul. And we practice non-judgment. So if there's tension, we're letting it go with our breath. We're using our breath as a release. We're not attaching emotion to it. We're not judging ourselves or shaming ourselves for anything that we feel. We're just noticing it. Now I want you to bring your hands from your knees to your sides so you can feel the mat beneath your fingertips. And start to think about and focus on what you're feeling right now. Maybe run your hands along the mat so you can feel that mat beneath you. You can feel that ground beneath you, the floor, the earth, wherever you are. Maybe kind of rock gently from side to side and you can kind of feel those sit bones shift. And you can feel again that ground, the mat, the earth beneath you. You can probably feel it on your feet. Just notice where you're touching the ground. Maybe start to use your senses here. Another great grounding exercise is to use your senses. What do you hear right now? What do you smell? If you want to gently open your eyes and maybe look, what do you see? What do you feel? You can also use taste. Maybe you just brush your teeth and you can still taste some of that mintiness. Maybe you just ate breakfast, you can still taste some of that. If you're ever feeling ungrounded or you're ever feeling just super out of control, do this exercise. Grab something you can taste, grab a candle to smell, something beautiful to look at, something to feel, go outside, touch the ground, use your senses, and you will get grounded. We're going to seal all this with a few deep inhales and exhales. So I want you to inhale in through your nose, and open mouth, exhale, release. We inhale, fill up, take up space. And open mouth, exhale, release. You can bring your hands back to your knees. You can open your eyes if you wish. If not, you can keep them closed. We're going to do some neck stretches here. So I want you to inhale here. And exhale, just drop your right ear over to your right shoulder. Feeling that stretch in the left side of your neck. And inhale, center. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder one more time. And inhale, center. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Go ahead and inhale, center. And just start to take some big shoulder circles backwards. So we're inhaling, raising our shoulders to our ears, and exhaling, dropping them down our back. Just starting to loosen up the shoulders, the shoulder girdle. Trying to find some movement in our bodies. Taking it as fast or as slow as you want to go. If there's a place where it really feels good, you can hold it there. And whenever you're ready, you can reverse direction. So this time, bringing them up and back, squeezing those shoulder blades behind you, up to the ears, and then exhaling them down the front. Inhaling as they come up, and exhaling as they come down. And go ahead and find some stillness, back to a neutral spine. I want you to start to shake your head no, very exaggerated, very deeply. very slowly. Just again, continue to warm up the neck, the shoulders, the spine. Not forgetting about your breath. And go ahead and come back to center. Now we're going to nod our head yes. Again, very exaggerated. Nice and slow. If it feels really good somewhere, hold it there. Getting a little bit into that throat chakra. Don't mind my neighbors yelling in their backyard. Downside of these cookie cutter houses is the walls are super thin and we can just hear everything. And next time your chin is at your chest, I want you to hold it there for a moment. Maybe you just gently shake your head no for just a second. Just gonna get into the back of that spine, that cervical spine. And go ahead and inhale. You can release. All right, we're gonna take it just to some lateral side stretches here. So I want you to bring your right hand to the mat and inhale that left arm up and open. Making sure you're keeping those seat bones, those hips square on the mat. They're not lifting. We're keeping our chest open. We're gazing up to the ceiling or to that top hand. You should feel it all along the side and the hip and the ribs. Inhale, come through center. And exhale over to the other side. Again, keeping that chest open, gazing up. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right one more time. And inhale through center. Exhale over to the left. Go ahead and inhale, come center. Now we're going to take some seated twists here. So inhale those arms up overhead. Exhale, you're going to open up to the right. So that left hand's coming to the right knee. Your right hand's coming behind you. And you're going to try to gaze over that right shoulder. Now, even though we're twisting here, we're still keeping a tall spine. So we're not slouching. We're nice and tall. On the inhale, we lengthen taller. And on the exhale, maybe we twist a little bit more. And when you're ready, go ahead and inhale, bring everything back to center, bring those arms up. And exhale, twist over to the left again. Right hand's coming to the knee. The left hand's coming behind us. We're gazing over the shoulder. Lengthening on the inhales and twisting on the exhales. And go ahead and inhale, everything comes to center. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, just take a gentle forward fold wherever you are. Feel it in your low back and your hips. Just to offset those twists. And then inhale, gently come back up. We're going to find our tabletop. Just shift over to your hands and your knees. Your shoulder, elbow, wrists are stacked. Your hips are stacked over your knees. We're going right into our cat-cows here. So I want you to inhale, lift the chin, open up the chest, arch the back. And exhale, round, dumb out the shoulders, drop the chin to your chest. Inhale to open up. And exhale to round. Now do 5 more rounds of this on your own breath. Again, as fast or as slow as you want to go. If there's any other movements you want to take them. Maybe you want to rock from side to side. And while you're here, notice what is touching the ground. Maybe press your palms a little bit deeper into the ground. Press the tops of your feet a little bit more into the ground. And we're going to be continuing these grounding practices all throughout this flow. And go ahead and finish up the round that you're on. Come back to a neutral spine. We're going to do a little bit of a balancing exercise here. So we're going to extend the right arm and the left leg. If that is too much for you, I want you to just do one or the other. So maybe you just do the arm, maybe you just do the leg. Ooh, kicked my water bottle. If you can do both, great. If you want to do one or the other, also great. Listen to your body. So I'm going to extend my right arm out. I'm going to extend my left leg back. I'm going to keep my foot and my hand active. I'm going to inhale to lengthen, and I'm going to exhale, try to bring my elbow to my knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale, extend. And exhale, crunch. 2 more times on your own breath. And go ahead and release your hand, release your knee, shake it out for a moment. We're going to go to the other side. So I'm extending my left arm out, my right leg back, or one or the other. I'm going to engage my hand, engage my foot. I'm going to inhale to lengthen, and exhale to bring it in. Inhale, extend, and exhale, crunch. 2 more. And go ahead and release. Shake it out. We're starting to get warm. We're starting to warm up that core. We're going to take some twists here in our tabletop. So we're going to start with the right hand. I want you to inhale, open up, exhale, thread the needle. Bring that right shoulder to the mat. This left arm, you can keep your hand planted in front of your face. You can extend it overhead. You can take a half bind, whatever feels good. Breathe into this twist. Go ahead and bring that left hand and plant in front of your face. Press into it. Inhale to rise back open. Exhale, release. We'll take it to the other side. Inhale that arm up. Exhale, thread the needle. Bring that shoulder to the mat. Again, this hand can stay planted. It can straighten out. It can take a half bind. Just even out your sides. Go ahead and plant that right hand in front of your face. Press into it. Inhale, open up. And exhale, release into your table. We're going to do one more little core exercise here. So we're just going to lift our knees. I know that sounds like it's not that bad, but it will activate those lower abs more than you think it does. So tuck your toes. Now we're just going to inhale, lift your knees up. We're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to straighten those legs and come to your downward facing dog. So take some movement here. Pedal out your feet, shake your hips, shake your head, yes, no, whatever feels good. Spend a few breaths in movement. And when you're ready, find stillness. I want you to inhale, gaze at the top of the mat. Exhale, go ahead and step into a forward fold. This is our first forward fold. So again, find some movement here. Sway from side to side. Maybe grab for opposite elbows. Maybe give a little bounce. And now we're going to take some twist here. So you can use a block for this if you need it. Place it right underneath your face to put your hand down. If you don't need a block, don't use a block. If you need a block, use a block. So you're going to bring first this right hand to plant either on your block or on your mat. You're going to bend into that right knee. Then you're going to inhale, open arm twist. Don't worry about how much you have to bend into that knee. I want you to bend into that knee. Maybe gaze up towards that top hand. I can't see anything because my hair is in my face. Inhale, open up a little more. Exhale, release. Switch out your hands. So plant that left hand, bend into that left knee. Inhale, open up.
Again, maybe gazing up towards that top hand. Inhale a little bit more, and exhale, release. Bring your hands to your shins, press into them. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale your hands to your heart center. And take a second here. Close your eyes. Mountain pose. Tadasana is a great grounding pose. I want you to pick up all 10 toes and then put them back down on the mat. Really get grounded in those feet. And we're going to start flowing. You can keep your eyes closed or open, whatever works for you. Inhale those arms up overhead. Exhale, I want you to open arm twist to the right. So you're opening up your arms, twisting that upper body. Make sure your hips don't go with you. They like to do that. Keep your hips square. Just twisting that upper body, gazing over that back hand. Breathing here for a moment. I'm looking at my cute little pup Fozzi sleeping on the bed. Go ahead and inhale, arms up. And exhale, open arm twist to the left. Again, check in with those hips. Did they start to travel with you? Gaze over that left shoulder. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. We got that 2 more times. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, open arm twist. Inhale, center. And exhale, other side, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. 1 more time, we're going to add on a little bit. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. I want you to plant your hands this time. You go ahead and step back into a high plank. Now you can hold this high plank, or you can also come to your knees. Or if you want, you can do that little tabletop plank that we did at the beginning of class. Wherever you are, I want you to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I want everybody to drop to their knees and come all the way down to your belly. You're going to get a little cobra action here. So keeping those hands planted underneath your shoulders. I want you to inhale, lift up to a low cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, just lift the head, the chest, the shoulders. Exhale, release. Inhale 1 more time, maybe a little bit higher. And exhale, release. Now take a moment here where our whole body is on the ground and check in. Maybe rest your chin on the ground. Feel that ground beneath you. And then we're going to transition into a downward facing dog. So if you want to go to tabletop first, if you want to go to plank, however you want to get there, I want you to inhale, press up, and exhale, find that downward dog. Find some movement. And then go ahead and inhale, gaze to the top of your mat. Exhale, step forward and step forward, fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. Again, take a second here in this mountain pose to get grounded. I'm going to tie up my shirt again because my little knot came undone. Find your breath here. Again, pick up all those 10 toes and lower them back down. You can have your hands at heart center. You can have your hands at your sides with your fingers, hands active. Close your eyes and just breathe. I release what I can't control and I ground myself in what I can. Use your breath to release anything that you can't control. And use this grounding pose to ground yourself in what you can. And go ahead and open your eyes. And we're going to start to flow here. So you can take that cobra that I just showed as your vinyasa. You can take your chaturanga to upward facing dog. If you want, again, to just step back into the lunging poses, do what works best for you. I'm going to cue it the way I'm going to do it, but you listen to your body. You know your flow. If you've done my classes before, you know generally how I cue it. So just listen to you and what you know is best for you. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, take that open arm twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold, plant those hands. Now this is where your options come in. So I'm going to take my plank to my chaturanga, to my upward facing dog. Now you can take your cobra. You could have stayed it standing. I'm going to find my downward facing dog. I'm going to inhale that right leg up and back for a three-legged dog. I'm going to exhale my knee into my chest, and I'm going to plant it for a lunge. Now again, you could step back to your lunge, and we're going to come to a high crescent here. So I want you to inhale those arms up. Find your high crescent lunge. Maybe bring those hands to your hips for a moment. Make sure your hips are square. This knee should be over the front ankle. Back leg is straight. Back foot is active. Breathe here. Focus. Focus on this grounding pose. Inhale, lengthen just a little bit more. Exhale, I want you to take that open arm twist over the knee that's bent. So to the right. Hold here. Take an inhale. And exhale, you're just going to drop that right hand straight down to the mat, right into a twisted lunge. Now you might need to put a block under that hand. Do what works best for you. Hold this twist. Breathe. Take a big inhale. Exhale, drop that right hand to the mat. I'm going to press my palms into the mat, and I'm going to step back to my three-legged dog. Again, you could just go into a forward fold. I'm going to exhale into my downward facing dog, and we're going to find the other side. So inhale, that left leg up and back. Exhale, knee into the chest. Plant it for that lunge. Again, I'm going to come up to my high crescent. So I'm inhaling, using the core to lift myself up. I'm going to find my hips square to the front of the mat. Make sure my knee is over my ankle. And hold it here. I'm going to breathe. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, find that open arm twist over the knee that's bending. Gaze over that left hand. Take an inhale here. And exhale, drop that right hand right into your twisted lunge. Sorry, I'm choking on my spit. Again, grab a block if you need it. Inhale, open up a little bit more. Exhale, drop that hand. Again, you can step into a forward fold, or you can go ahead and press back into that three-legged dog. Exhale, release into your downward facing dog. And find your resting pose here. So for me, that's going to be a child's pose. I'm going to drop to a wide-legged child's pose, opening up my knees, dropping my hips back to my feet, dropping that chest to the mat. Malasana, child's pose, also a great grounding pose. So take any child's pose variation you like, as long as most of you is touching the mat and you're getting grounded. I'm going to come up so I can talk to you and you can hear me, but you're going to stay in your child's pose. And you're going to breathe. Always grab water when you need it. So in this child's pose, Notice what parts of you are touching the mat. Feel it. Maybe lift up those fingers and lower them down one by one. Grip the mat. Feel it beneath you. Think about what you're going to release. Maybe there's some stuff coming up. We're doing these twists. It's releasing things for us. Let go of that control and ground yourself in what you can control. Seal this with a breath. I want you to inhale nice and big through the nose and open mouth, exhale, release. Inhale in through the nose and exhale, open mouth, release. Go ahead and inhale, come up to your tabletop. We're going to find our downward facing dog, so tuck the toes, inhale the hips up and back. Just for a moment. Then I want you to inhale, gaze to the top of your mat, and exhale, step into that forward fold. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale your hands to your heart center. Again, take a second here in mountain pose. It's like the grounding pose. Lift up those toes, put them back down. Release what you can't control, and ground and focus on what you can. You can go ahead and open your eyes. Now we're going to come to a wide-legged stance here. So I'm going to turn to face you. So come to the long edge of your mat. Open up your legs. Can be a big stance, can be a short stance. Whatever works for you. I have pretty short legs, so my stance isn't very wide. I'm going to inhale my arms up. And exhale, just fold over those legs. I'm going to bring my hands to the mat. I'm going to feel this in my hamstrings. Feel it in my hips. Find some movement here if you want. So maybe bend into one knee and then the other. Maybe you kind of reach back in between your legs. Whatever your body's telling you to do right now is the right answer. Your body knows what it wants, so listen to it. And just spend a few moments here in your wide-legged folds. Maybe rock those hips from side to side. All right, now we're going to take some side lunges here. So I'm going to demo some things for you. So the side lunge I'm going to go into is a very deep lunge. If you can't do that because of a knee injury, a hip injury, that's okay. I just want you to gently bend. So right here. So making sure the knee is staying over the ankle. If this is still a side lunge, we're still stretching out the groin. So when I cue side lunge, this is what you're going to do. If not, if you want a deeper side lunge, from your wide-legged folds, I want you to bend into that right knee and straighten that left leg completely. This heel should try to reach the ground. If it doesn't, that's okay. If you need blocks, that's okay. And try to balance here in this deep side lunge. You can bring your hands to prayer. Breathe here, focus here, maybe point that toe. I know this is an intense one, guys. You're staying up in that higher lunge if you need it. Now, I can't control my neighbors screaming in their backyard, so I'm releasing that. I can't control that. I'm going to inhale, come back up to my wide-legged folds. And I'm going to exhale, find my side lunge on the other side. Again, if you need to stay up, you're staying up in that gentle side lunge. You're finding your balance here. And you're bringing those hands to prayer, maybe pointing that toe. Focusing here. Releasing control. Grounding yourself in this pose. And then I'm going to go ahead and inhale back up to my wide-legged folds. Maybe shake it out for a moment here. Now I'm going to find my Malasana squat. So I'm going to bring my feet in a little. Doesn't need to be a very wide stance. My feet are going to be kind of pointed out at a 45-degree angle. And then I'm just going to sink my hips down into my Malasana squat. Now, if this is too much for you, I want you to stay here in this squat. You can also sit yourself on a block. So sit that booty on a block so you have a little bit of support. We're opening up our hips here. Again, a very grounding pose. Maybe bring your hands to heart center. You can kind of use your elbows to press open those thighs a little bit. Breathe here. Find that balance. Again, maybe if you can lift up those toes and lower them down, find that grounding. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm trying to talk a lot so you don't hear my neighbors in their backyards. And take an inhale here. Exhale, release. And I want you to bring your hands to the mat. You're just going to inhale right into a forward fold, so straighten the legs again. If you need to shake it out a little bit, no worries. They can be intense on the hips. And I want you to bring your hands to your shins. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. Now we're going to play around with some tree pose here, another kind of signature grounding pose. So you're going to come to stand on your mat. You can stand at the top of your mat if you like. I'm going to stand this way so I can demo for you. I'm going to bring my hands to my heart center. You can also bring your hands to your hips if you need to. We're going to start with the right foot. So I want you to put all your weight into that left leg. And you just maybe come to your toe first. Maybe just flex your toe. You come to that toe point. Maybe you just bring that foot gently to the inside of your other leg. Maybe you can bring it to your calf. Maybe if you can bring it up to your thigh. Make sure the weight isn't resting on your knee joint. Maybe you can take the full variation of tree, which is a hip opener. Again, you don't have to be able to do this. You take what works best for your body. And maybe once you're there, you focus your drishti, your gaze, on something that's not moving to find your balance. Maybe you grow your branches. Play around with your hands. Do what feels right. Breathe here. Focus. Take an inhale in. Exhale, gently release. Don't slingshot your leg, just very gently release it. Now shake out that left leg a little bit. And we're going to take it to the other side. So again, putting all of our weight into that right foot. Maybe you just come up to your toes. Maybe you bring that foot in to place just gently on your right leg. Maybe lift it to the shin. Maybe you can bring it all the way to the thigh. Again, don't put your weight on your knee joint. Maybe you can bring it to that hip opening tree. My leggings are really slippery, so it's hard for me to hold my leg here. Maybe grow your branches. Maybe try a different variation than the one that you did last time. Focus your drishti, your gaze, on something that's not moving. And take an inhale, and exhale, gently release, shake it out. All right, so we played around with our tree, we got super grounded. We're gonna take it down to the mat now. So I'm just gonna come to stand at the top of my mat. I'm gonna inhale my arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. I'm gonna plant my hands and just step back to a downward dog just for a second. And then I'm gonna lower right into my child's pose. So I'm taking a wide-legged child's pose, bringing my knees about as wide as the mat, and dropping everything down to the mat. I'm gonna breathe here. Maybe I lift up all my fingers and release them down to the mat. I'm bringing it back to my mantra here. I release the things that I cannot control and ground myself in the things that I can. So hopefully you release some stuff during this practice, during this flow. You've let go of what you need to let go of. And you're controlling what you can control. You're grounding yourself in those things that we do have control over. I want you to inhale here. Exhale, just walk those hands over to the right. So finding a side stretch here. With your inhale, you feel those ribs expand on the left side. And with your exhale, you sink closer down into the ground. I'm going to go ahead and inhale, come through center, and exhale over to the other side. So again, now I'm feeling that stretch in the right side. I'm going to inhale to fill up those ribs, and exhale, ground myself deeper. Go ahead and inhale, gently come back to center. Hold that child's pose for just a moment more. And inhale, gently come up to your tabletop. We're going to shift just to a seat on our butt. And we're going to come to our backs on the mat. So just gently release down to your back. And find your space on your mat. Again, feel those sit bones. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I have a pretty big butt. So I always have this kind of gap of space, kind of where my butt holds my spine up. So what I do is I just plant my feet, and I just kind of tuck that pelvis under, and then re-release down to the ground. So it's going to help us ground a little bit more. It's hard when your legs are straight to kind of keep that grounding, but really try to keep that pelvis tucked. Now we're going to take some twists here. This is an extra little grounding tip if you need it. You're going to bring your arms out to a T. You're going to draw your knees into your chest. Inhale here. And exhale, release into that twist. Maybe gaze over the opposite shoulder. Breathe here. Go ahead and inhale. Gently come to center. And exhale, go over to the other side. Again, maybe gaze over that opposite shoulder. Breathe here. Go ahead and inhale, gently come to center. We're going to find a happy baby here as our final pose. If there's anything that you feel like your body needs to finish out class, please go there. For your happy baby, you're going to draw your knees into your chest. Now you can grab the backs of your thighs, you can grab your calves, or you can grab your feet. Whatever is accessible for you. I'm just noticing how dirty my feet are. I did a lot of yard work today. Played outside with my dogs. Been doing yoga a lot outside because it finally cooled down here in Vegas. And I don't wear shoes, so barefoot life. But I'm letting go of it. I can't control that. Can't control how dirty my feet are in this yoga video. It's fine. Maybe you rock from side to side. Maybe straighten one leg and then straighten the other. Or you can always straighten both legs. Whenever you feel ready, I want you to release. I want you to find your Savasana. So spread out as much as you can on your mat. Again, get grounded. Maybe you take this Savasana with your knees bent and your feet on the floor just so you can get that grounding. And again, Really tucking that pelvis so we can ground our hips, ground that low spine. Just want you to make sure you're taking up space here. Don't shrink yourself or anyone or anything. I want you to lift up all 10 toes and then lower them onto the mat. I want you to lift up all 10 fingers and then lower them onto the mat. Close your eyes and bring it back to your breath. Now I think it's kind of funny that for some reason the universe has decided my neighbors are going to argue through this whole class. And as much as I want to get frustrated about it, and as much as I wish I could control that, I can't. So I apologize if you hear it in the background. But this is the perfect practice of releasing what you can't control and focusing on your breath. When we meditate, when we find our Savasana, we have to tune out the world. We have to listen to our internal rhythms, our internal tickings, and control what we can control. So I'll probably keep this Savasana short, just because I don't want you guys to hear my neighbor's drama. And I'll let you know when it's time to come back. So just breathe here. Focus on what needs releasing, and ground yourself in what you can control. And go ahead and bring your awareness back into your body, back into your space. You can wiggle your toes or wiggle your fingers. You can roll out your wrists or roll out your ankles. Make those movements bigger until you can draw your knees into your chest. Hold it there for just a moment. And then release over to one side using your bottom arm as a pillow into that fetal position. Fetal pose symbolizes fresh starts and new beginnings. So embrace that energy. Go ahead and press yourself up to a seat. Any seat will do. Keeping your eyes closed. Again, getting that grounding energy, so feeling your sit bones beneath you. Feeling all those parts of you that are touching the mat. Bringing those hands to either side, gently touching the mat beneath your fingertips. I want you to inhale your arms up, taking all that wonderful energy we just created. Exhale, bring them back down, release anything that doesn't serve you. Inhale them up, taking all those things that you can control and ground yourself in them. Exhale, draw your hands to heart center. One final release of the things that you can't control. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Thank you for flowing with me. I appreciate you so much. The light in me honors the light in each of you. We bow to our practice. Thank you. That's all I got for you, lovelies. I swear, the universe has tested me today. The universe is like, really? You want to release what you can't control? Okay, I'm going to give you all these things that you can't control, like my neighbors. I don't know if you guys can hear my dog. He's been like whining this whole time. Let me show you a little Fozzi bear. That'll make us all feel better. What are you doing? He's very upset that mommy was laying on the ground and not cuddling with him. So this is my little Fozzi bear. He's my little angel, my little rescue pup. Say hi, everybody. Hi. So we can't control our dogs, our cats, our animals. We can't control our neighbors. We can't control a lot of stuff, but what can we control? Our breath, our peace, our grounding. So many things that we need to turn our focus to and let go of those things that aren't our business. It's not our responsibility. It's not our control. And I think everything that's been happening in the world has really pulled the veil off of our eyes that we thought we had control. We never really did, but we thought we did. And this veil has been lifted and we're like, oh geez, I really don't have control over much, do I? But what do I have control over? So focus on what you can control. Release what you can't. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Nourish Natasha. I do free live yoga every Saturday at noon PST, my time. So I'll see you there.
Say bye, everybody. Hi. I love you.